All right, so you're thinking about moving to Huntsville, Alabama. Well, you clicked on the right video because we are going to be breaking down 15 the top cities here in the area. Specifically, we're searching to answer this question. If you're moving here with a $500,000 greater budget, where did people like you choose to vote with their dollars and vote with their wallets? Where did they move? So we've got these cities ranked by those home sales, and we're going to break down each one. We're going to be looking at the amenities in the area, any special characteristics about it, the commute to Huntsville. Hey, they are the major employer of the area. Most likely, if you're watching this, a lot of you are going to be considering job offers or looking at job opportunities in Huntsville. So we're going to map out the commute distance there. We're going to be looking at school breakdowns from the Alabama Department of Education and so much more. So without further ado, let's head to number 15 on this list. And I think this is a great point to talk about the methodology on this ranking here. I thought it'd be really cool to pull up a 30-mile radius of Huntsville, Alabama, and look, all right, if I was looking at purchasing a home, $500,000 or more, like that's my budget, where did other people actually choose to vote with their dollars and purchase? I mean, I think it's rather common knowledge that you don't want to be, in most cases, you don't want to have the most expensive house on the block. So that is how these are ordered. Where did people with higher price points? The median for Huntsville is like $325,000, $340,000, depending on which time slice you're looking at. And so 500,000 is a good notch above the median. So where do people like you choose to live? And what do those cities offer? So that's going to be the methodology there. When we go to school rankings, we are referring to the Alabama State Report Card. And if we had the ability to use a city school, we did. If it was a small city, and some of these, they're not even incorporated cities, like no one knows about these areas. And we're going to be breaking all of it down for you. But if it was like that, then we would be using a high school equivalent, the closest high school for that area that it fed into for its ranking. All right, methodology out of the place. Let's start with number 15 on this list, Scottsboro, Alabama. I was shocked this even made the list because, I'll show you right here. Let's say you're working at Boeing. This is going to be a good proxy if you're in defense contracting, Retzel, Arsenal, any of them, because they're all clustered right around each other. Boeing to the center of Scottsboro, Alabama. I'm not going to spend too much time on the early ones on this list because this is a commute. So right over here, you can see, wow, all right. It's like an hour to this particular Boeing. That's the one by the airport. There's another Boeing by Redstone. There we go. That's the one. 47 miles, 50 minutes. This is quite a hike. Now, what I'll say with this, the only positive, if you look at the overlay here, this is a lot of country driving. So if you don't mind a long commute, as long as you're not in bumper-to-bumper traffic, because some of these cities on this list that we go to is going to look a lot closer on the map, but my gosh, you're going to be looking at similar commute times. So if you like the long drive home, but if it's these country roads going home, not super busy, this could be a good option for you. But you always have to, what I find, and it's fascinating, most of the time, it's not even the early morning commute that's the problem. It's the return home is where you see that big bottleneck. So hour 5. This Huntsville is growing. The commute you see is as of now. As the city builds out and more people like you move to the area, is going to expand. So keep all of this in mind and be willing in your mind to add a little bit extra time to that as the city expands. This is the best case scenario right now. So what does Scottsboro have? It's got unclaimed baggage. It's a really cool place where people lose their when you lose your luggage on the airplane, this is where it goes when they can't find you. And this place buys it and then they sell it. So it's a fun stop regardless of where you pop up in the area. Scottsboro just had a new Hobby Lobby break ground, so it's good to see new businesses coming to the area. That's a great signal that companies are seeing this area and they're deciding to invest. But it's a stretch. It is a stretch. Let me look at my notes here. It's a small population, so it's very rural. Latest census data is around 16,000 people by estimates. What does it have actually to do? Well, it does have a Walmart in this area, but you're not going to have a full retail gamut. Pull up the closest Walmart. Yep. So you're going to have a Walmart. You're going to have some dining options. There's a really good little local place here that my wife loves. It's like a cute little diner. It's been here for it's been in the area forever. And they have for seniors, 5-cent ice creams on Thursdays. It's really cool. The place is busy. It's really good. But you have a little bit of retail shopping. You do not have a Publix. Walmart is basically a little Walmart city. You have a Walmart. You've got a little bit of other companies here, but not a lot. And even we were driving through here recently. We went to go visit here, and I was shocked. It's there is not a lot out here. There's a few dining options because this unclaimed baggage gets a lot of visitors to the area, makes it a little touristy. You do have these lakes right here. But we were talking about sales. So in the last year, when I pulled this data, there were 13 homes that sold over the $500,000 mark per the data on the MLS. Medium sales point of 660, and one new construction at 1.25 million that sold. So not a whole lot of buyers in that price point over here. Quite a stretch. Quite a stretch. Oh, schools. Scottsboro, we can use Scottsboro City Schools for this one, and the state gives it a B, a 89 out of 100 point score. So Scottsboro does actually have a movie theater, which is surprising because not many cities on this list does. All right, that's a good overview of Scottsboro. Let's move on. Number 14 on this list, we have Tony, Alabama. Where is that? It's gonna be right here. So much closer on the list. Tony is an unincorporated city, so it's going to be hard to find a whole lot of information on it, but you're looking at about 13 miles, 20 minutes or so over here to Lidos. If you're going to be on the Arsenal a little bit longer, and then again, this is where you just have to know the map. That's why it's so important. If you are thinking of moving to this area, give our team a call. We can help you. What looks close on the map, you tell us a little bit about 2-3 things about what you're looking for, what's important to you. We can just help pinpoint those areas that could be a great match, find that house that fits the budget and doesn't blow the budget. So yeah, give our team a call, shoot us a text, send us an email, however you want to get a hold of us, days, nights, weekends, and we got your back. We're moving here. So this is the sneaky one. Look at that, 40 minutes. I'm calling it 40 minutes. And it is this quarter right here. You get a lot of traffic. So on your, most of the day it's fine. On this time of day, the 5 o'clock coming home from work is where it sucks. And then as the areas grow, keep adding to that time unless the city can upgrade its infrastructure fast enough. Or you can work from home or flex your time. Those are great options. So Tony, how many sales did it had? It had 15 sales. 615,000 was the median. New construction 6. So actually a lot of that was new construction. So there is a community or two there where new construction builders are seeing the value that the city has, and they're taking that risk and building those 500 plus, or I guess 600 plus new construction communities. So there's some nice places out there. Basically right now you can call around that 30-40 minute drive to Huntsville on the return trip during peak rush hour on a normal day. And it's unincorporated, so it's a really small city. It does not have a Walmart. Let's go through amenities. Does not have a Walmart. Doesn't have, let's just zoom in here. This little city is unincorporated. It's a bedroom community. There is not much here at all. You're going to be needing to, there's your Publix. Okay, that's on the return trip. That's not too bad. So we're by Harvest. Where is your closest Walmart? Over here in Madison. Yeah. So a Publix, a Walmart, minimal shopping, no movie theaters, no Lowe's, no Targets. So this is going to be this is a bedroom community, not a whole lot to do. You've got this park right here. I gotta check that out sometimes. Okay, little park there. Golf club over here. But this is a bedroom community. You're going to be doing all your shopping in Huntsville or in Madison. There's just not going to be a lot. Restaurants, no. You're not going to have, it looks like there's one little restaurant here, but you're not going to have a lot of sit-down restaurants, places like that. So that's going to be an overview of Tony. All right, so Tony for schools is going to be in Madison County Schools. Sparkman High School, that's going to be the school that picks this one up. So Sparkman High School, Alabama Department of Education. It's a lot of great breakdown here. It's a good starting point. I would not buy in an area just based off I would not take this verbatim. Do a lot of research. Quantitative data is one thing. Qualitative data is by calling the schools, talking to parents, joining groups. Look, if schools are important, this is only a starting point, not the end all be all. But you got an 88 score here. So you don't have anything stand out here, no claim to fame. It's going to be a rural residential bedroom community. You can see so that is Tony. Next up on the list, we have Hazel Green. So Hazel Green, just north. And see, these are so deceptive. They look so close on the map, but you can see just how much longer this is. All right, so that's your 35 to 50 minute. Let's do the traffic route home. 55 minutes. So it's a solid hour plus. What does Hazel Green have? Hazel Green, and so this is moving up. It's had 17 sales, so more new construction. A lot of people are going north Huntsville. You're getting a little bit more bang for your buck. 2 new construction sales, 910,000. So that tells me it's not enough data really. Median of 2. Yeah, no, it's not enough data. Drive to Redstone. Yeah, commute home is going to be like an hour. As if you can flex that time, if you can leave at 3:30, 35, 50 minutes, still getting pretty high up there. Just keep adding time to that as the city area continues to build out. Schools, again, Hazel Green doesn't have, it's a tiny little city. It's got population estimate of 4,100 people. So Hazel Green, you're looking at population estimates around 4,100 people. It's unincorporated. There's a little golf club right here. Ooh, that tulip farm is really, okay, Hebert Family Tulips. I think that's a tulip field my wife and I went to one year. They have some beautiful tulips. RV park. But Hazel Green, again, it's going to be a bedroom community of Huntsville. There is not a lot happening here. For the schools, it is, let me see here, Hazel Green, Alabama High School. Oh, Hazel Green, okay. Oh, let's head back over here. It's going to be Madison County Schools, Hazel Green. We'll use the high school. 88. All right. But what does the city have? Not much at all, really. It's got a Culver's, which is surprising that they have a Culver's there. But like, this is your main business stretch. Hospital, couple of cafes. Again, just another bedroom community. You don't have my research here. No Whole Foods, Aldi, Kroger. I'm trying to even look at my list. It's got a Culver's. There's not much to do. You don't have any of your big retail chains. You don't have a lot of dining, entertainment. You're going to Huntsville for all that. And you can see from that commute, it's a lot of driving. And you're about 30, 40 minutes. Huntsville. Yeah, it's all going to be over here in Huntsville. Interesting things that Hazel Green has. Not a whole lot. It's going to be a bedroom community. It's going to be more rural once you get out. That tulip place is kind of cool. That's a wrap on Hazel Green. Next one on this list, we have number 12. I am shocked at how low this one is on the list. We have Huntsville, Alabama. We actually did a full vlog tour of Huntsville that you can check out. Eventually, we want to try and get more vlog tours of a lot of these areas, but let's pull up Huntsville. Huntsville, we just came off several areas that are just bedroom communities with next to nothing, where all your dining and entertainment, all your options have to be in Huntsville. Well, Huntsville is not that. Huntsville actually has a lot more shopping, dining options. So again, quite a commute. And the choke point here is this river that people do not want to go over. This is the Tennessee River, lots of factories. So Huntsville, mainly you're going to be doing the 65 here, rather than have to go through that choke point 72. But again, it's not so bad right now. 45 minutes or so to the city center. All right, so that's your commute. Population, Huntsville is going to be Estimated population is about 16,000. Now, what this school, I already gave it away. What this city's claim to fame is, or what is going to be, they're ranking, actually, aside from one other city on this list, they have the highest ranking on the website here, on the state scorecard. This city is very proud of its school system. My wife went to their school system. 96. Again, if it's important, research yourself. I wouldn't just buy based on this. You've got to do a lot of research if schools are important to you. It gives you at least a starting point. So that's going to be the schools. That's one of the big appeals. Sales above that 500,000, it had 21. So we're moving up the list a little bit. The medium is 584. So we're seeing not a huge lift. That 500 is going to be on the higher end. So like if the median, well, you know what? You guys know numbers. I don't have to explain it. New construction. This is really interesting. One new construction sale within Hartselle above that 500. So that tells me, and there are not a lot of builders out there in Hartselle. So that tells me builders are not taking the plunge over here. And there can be a variety of reasons for that. It could just be, well, one, they could think maybe we're not going to sell here. Two, cities could be too restrictive on their growth, or the land could be too expensive or just not profitable. But not a lot of new construction. So that's something I like to pay attention to, because that's another key of, it makes me feel better when builders are putting their skin, they're putting skin on the line. All right. What does Hartselle have? It's going to have a lot more when it comes to dining, entertainment, all that. The downtown area has a few local dining options, but the main stretch here in Hartselle is going to be 31. And you've got a lot more, everything's smaller here. So it's not massive. Like your Lowe's is a much smaller Lowe's than other ones. The Walmart, it's a smaller Walmart. But it's got those things. It's got some fast food. Excuse me. It's a good little steakhouse. O'Brien's there. It's got Tractor Supply, Kroger. So you've actually got some grocery options. It's not just a Walmart city, which is phenomenal. But compared to some of the other ones later on this list, it is definitely doesn't have everything. No Hobby Lobby, no TJ Maxx, no Ulta, no Kohl's, no Ross, no Old Navy. They got a Starbucks, right? I believe Starbucks. Yes, they did get a Starbucks. No Chili's, Applebee's, yep, that kind of thing. So a couple of anchor stores, not a whole bunch of options, but here's the key. You just drive a little bit north on 31 and then you hit Decatur, and then a lot of the gambit of shopping opens up. Or you're back to doing your shopping in Huntsville. But what I do like here, if lifestyle and entertainment is important to you, you do have a lot more options where you're not having to do your grocery shopping right after work in Huntsville. You've got some options here. So that's going to be Hartselle on this list. Number 11 on this list, Guntersville, Alabama. Right off the bat, you see all that lake here. This is the big appeal for Guntersville is let me just swap this over. It's all these lakes. So if you're into boating, fishing, that sort of lifestyle, being close to this can be a nice retreat. But let's show you where it is on the map. So, and let me know, lifestyle plays so much into this, because if you want that retreat, and we do get a lot of people that just want to be away from people, they want to be out in the country, away from everyone else, larger lot sizes, more homebodies, so they don't care about all this convenience nearby. So yeah, if you just list all these things that you're looking for, we can definitely pinpoint and help show you areas that's going to maximize that bang for the buck. All right, NASA, 5 o'clock, hour 15. It is a hike. You are going up over the mountain here. It's hard to see, but you've got this Monsanto's part. There's some they're not really real mountains. They're really hills. But you are coming this way, and then it's a lot more rural driving all the way out here. And Guntersville is a hike if you go out here. The houses on this side, you're going to be a little bit closer. There's a nice halfway point between these two. where you can go to the lake maybe on the weekends. But if you're wanting that full drive, yeah, you could be looking at, it could be getting close to 3 hours a day of driving. Let us actually say, so you leave at 8, flip the script a little bit. Yeah, most of this you're going to see the heavy commute is on the way home. But what does Guntersville have? Population-wise, it's small. Again, it's like 8,700 people. Home sales, 24 home sales above that 500 mark, 662 median, 2 new construction at that 743, so too small of a sample size to be meaningful. Pushing that hour plus commutes, depending on which part of Guntersville, because again, we're just going to the city center. School system, we're using, it's big enough to have Guntersville, let's see, Guntersville City School, if I remember right. Yeah, we're able to use the city, and you are looking at 89. It's got a Walmart, no Target, no Publix. It does have a Lowe's, no Home Depot. It does have a Belk. So there you have something for apparel. Cracker Barrel, Chick-fil-A, few options when it comes to few dining options. It does have an Aldi, another grocery store, no Kroger. You don't have a lot of your like Olive Garden, any of that kind of thing. Oh, there's the high school there. Some nice restaurants over here by the river. Ace Hardware, Walgreens. So a little bit of shopping conveniences, not a whole lot, and definitely not a lot of variety of options within it. You're not getting Target and Walmart, Lowe's and Home Depot, etc. So, but at least it has a little bit more. Okay. Yeah, the lakes, that's going to be its claim to fame over there for Guntersville. It's like, there's a golf course there as well, but Lake Guntersville, that's a big deal for that lake in of itself. Okay. Number 10 on the list. Another unincorporated city here. We've got Brownsboro. You can see it's going to be really close to Huntsville. And I was shocked at just how high this city ranked on it. It's unincorporated, so it's hard to get a whole lot of data. Yeah, this all of a sudden we are getting into that 15-mile, about half an hour. Ooh, yeah, pushing 40 minutes now. Getting out to the city here. But Brownsboro, I was surprised because it is a tiny, tiny little city. It's got about 4,000 or so people, 3,600. So small. You're not going to have much. Let's look, a new place there. It's kind of cool. It's unincorporated, so that's going to be the school it feeds into. Schools, you've got an 87 ranked as a B. You do not have, you're going to be going to Huntsville for all of your dining and shopping. So no Walmart, no Target, no Publix, no Lowe's, yeah. That kind of gives you a sense. Not much of anything, not a lot of restaurants either. This is, again, great if you're just looking for quiet, getting out there, but what did it have? It had 34 sales and at 648 for a median sales price for everything above 500,000 of the last year, and then 5 new construction. So a little bit more new construction. It's one of those just kind of quiet. You wouldn't know this place existed till you look into it, but it does actually have a lot of people in those price points, and it's just outside of Huntsville. So you might be going down here to the Jones Valley or other parts of Huntsville here for all your shopping. It is close to Montesino Park, which that's a very popular park in the area. It's beautiful trails, and so that's if you're looking for that quiet, you want to be near the park there. You want to be outside the city, but still close, and you're willing to put up with some traffic on the drive home. That can be a nice little hidden spot to consider. All right, number 9 on this list. I had to do a double take. I'm like, is it? All right, so new markets. Back to that long stretch. Again, it looks a little deceptively close on the map. It's really close to the Tennessee border, actually, right up there. If you're going from Lockheed Martin, oh, come on, don't Yeah, okay, we're good. Then in that rush hour home, a solid hour-long commute here, taking 565 all the way up here. What does New Market have? New Market, so for the home sales, 35 over that 575 mark, 10 new construction, 579 for the average. You're seeing the new construction. That tells me right there well, it's still a small sample size, but a lot of it's getting a little bit more heavy on the new construction. And there is a lot of growth out here. And so you're seeing builders building this price point, seeing that demand when almost a quarter of the sales above this price point were new construction. That starts to tell you something. It's also very close. So New Market, very little to do, very little to do. Looking across the whole retail gamut, doesn't have much. So again, it's going to be a bedroom community. It's got a rec center. Let me check out what is. So it does have a recreation center. A little bit of local restaurants. It looks like none of the I'm not seeing any national chains at all on this list. It's got a Dollar General, auto parts store, gas station. There's a park, disc golf. Okay, it's a little disc golf right nearby there. Campgrounds. You're going to be doing all of your shopping and stuff in Huntsville. Along Winchester Road here. Okay, so you got Culver's, Waffle House. You got some fast food options. Whataburger, Aldi's. Okay, so that's gonna be one of your grocery stores. Walmart. There you go. That's gonna be the main Walmart. So not. It is a little bit of a trek. Let's add that in. So not a lot of options, but on your commute home, yeah, it's still like 15 minutes away. Not crazy terrible, and at least it's on the way home from work. But again, you're having to stop. You're going to have to do your shopping in Huntsville or shopping on the way home, but city conveniences are not going to be very, very close by. Okay, New Market. What else? Population, about 1,500 people. So very small population. Yep. So not a whole lot of standout over here, but you might be in some bigger houses, again, for that commute. So if you are, this is when we talk about when our buyers come through with us, we do a trade-off. We have a dream sheet where you have to, on a sliding scale, look at what's important. And one of those sliding scale is location versus like commute distance versus size of house. So you're paying a lot more to be closer to work, but if you're willing to make that trek, you get so much more house. So that's one of the sliding scale of what's important. So again, we break all those things down on our calls. Just reach out to our team and we can help you really navigate this process and work through the trade-offs of each area. But leading into number 8 on this list is going to be Meridianville, Alabama. All right, so Meridianville, SAIC. Oh, closer than New Market, closer than Hazel Green. We're starting to get a lot closer to Huntsville. This is nice. We're looking at about 17 miles. Oh, depart at 5 o'clock. Every time I move this map around, I lose this time. 40, could get upwards of 45 minutes. So what does Meridianville have? Well, look at all this. There's a bit of water over here. So there are some communities out here where you can actually butt up against a little bit of a lake. It does have a Publix. That's a good indicator. It's an upscale, more mid-high upscale grocery store chain, not Whole Foods, but a step below it. Really friendly though. Really good customer service. So Meridianville, 41 sales above 500,000 with a median of 561. 16 of that was new construction. So again, getting heavier in the new construction, this price point, seeing more builders there. School grade, we're looking at an 87 or a B. Population density, we're moving up a little bit, 8,200. And then amenities does have that Publix we talked about, so that is convenient. It's got that Publix, it's got McDonald's. Crazy when that starts to become a big deal. Some of these areas are just so small. There's no one knows about them. There's not a lot of franchises there. Subway, pizza place. Still limited, but where's your closest Walmart? It doesn't have one. You're going to be going up into Hazel Green or down into Huntsville. And you can see, okay, well, 15 minutes or so. So that's probably going to be quicker than running back over here to Huntsville. But yeah, got a little nature preserve here. There are lots of nice trails. So another bedroom community, a little bit more options with the Publix, but you're doing, again, most of your living is going to be over here in Huntsville. And you can see, and this area has been growing out a lot of these northern areas too. The roads, like these are 2-lane roads here. You can see lots of subdivisions, lots of homes, and they're coming into these, the further you go, the infrastructure gets backed up more and more. So just keep a eye more time. All right, so number 7 on this list, and I am shocked by how low on this list this city actually is, and really dive in the research. I don't get it, but buyers just aren't dropping a lot of, the $500,000 price point is just not here. But my home city right now, the one that my wife and I live in, Decatur, Alabama. Let's break this down next. So now I do get this. Decatur is going to be a bit of a stretch, especially up here. So missile defense is so bad here. Some of the companies up here is going to be a little bit longer. Decatur's problem, though, is this bridge right here. This is the big choke point. Sometimes you'll have 18-wheelers overturn here, and then it's just a nightmare. It can be like 2 hours to get home. That's not all the time, though, fortunately, but you can see you're looking at about that 45-minute mark, could be upwards of an hour, depending on the traffic come back over this bridge. In Decatur, it had 51 sales over that $500,000 price point with a median of $593. And then new construction, it was 5 with a median of $593. So not a lot of new construction. And the thing about that is I do know that Decatur's pretty, they're not great when it comes to being builder friendly to new construction. It's quite a pain. It's easier for a lot of builders just build somewhere else or build in Priceville outside. So the city's kind of weird about that. This is a very manufacturing heavy base too. There's a lot of manufacturers here on the area, on the river here. But yeah, not a lot of new construction. What for schools, we can use Decatur City Schools. It's a B at 89 out of 100. Population, this is going to be one of the highest population densities on this list at estimates of about 57,000 people. There's only 2 cities higher on this list than Decatur. And so I'm shocked again at how low on the list it is. It's got a movie theater. It's got Lowe's. It's got Home Depot, Publix, 2 Publix actually, Kroger, Target, Walmart. You got just about the whole retail gamut. What you don't have is higher end retail. You don't have Whole Foods. You don't have Sam's Club or Costco. You don't have Best Buy. So when you start getting in IKEA, when you start getting the higher end retail, you're not getting that. But your base level, you've got pretty well built out. You got a mall, you got a movie theater, you've got well over 10 plus sit down restaurants. No, you've got lots of chains. So 67 is where you get a lot of your chain restaurants, and yeah, it's just lots of combination of sit down, fast food. You've got Olive Gardens, Golden Corral, Crumble Cookies, Chili's, Applebee's, Cracker Barrels. So yeah, Texas Roadhouse. So lots of dining options here. It is a much more I'm just shocked. There's less in that price point. I don't. But if you're looking for more bang for your buck and you're willing to deal with the headache of this bridge here, which, by the way, there's cat food factories on that bridge, and you will smell the wonderful scent of cat food or cat treats being made, and it's not a good smell that wafts off. Just gotta give it to you real here. They have been doing some work here in the city to improve 31 because there's like a million stoplights here, and they've removed a lot of them to streamline it. They're doing a lot of construction on the road, so it's a little funky right now. But the city's doing some things to make this corridor a little bit more passable, a little bit easier on that. Help make the city more competitive in taking the overflow from Huntsville. And then they've been putting a ton of money into this rec center over by the Wilson Morgan Park. So they've been doing massive building. I think it's like a $42 million building that they're doing there. So that is going to be overview of Decatur. It's got a lot of shopping. Let's move next on the list. Moving up to Harvest, Alabama. Oh, one thing I forgot about Decatur, it's actually got two really cool things. It's got this National Wildlife Refuge, which has these really cool cranes that come by every year in the winter. That's a really big deal. It's a lot of big refuge you can walk around. And it's got the Point Mallard Park, which is a big water park in the area. They have the Jubilee Festival, so lots of things to do here in Decatur. Two really neat things here between the refuge and the Point Mallard Park that a lot of these other cities don't have. They can't claim. Plus the retail, all the retail shopping. It's convenient. All right, so next let's go to Harvest, and let's put the U.S. Army Redstone Garrison Headquarters on here. Make sure this is all right. Can easily start to creep into an hour. Here's the thing too with Redstone. You got to get badged into the gates here, and there are several gates that will occasionally get closed down just on a funding, and so they're having some difficulties, some extra traffic here on the Arsenal and then getting badged and all that. So let's just say you look at 40 minutes here. Some people, depending on which part of Harvest you live in, it can start to creep into that hour mark. You're having to, it looks really close on the map, less than 20 miles away, but it is deceptively, there's a lot of traffic and congestion getting through here. That gets to be deceptively close. It's a lot longer. All right, Harvest, population, small. It's like 7,000 people, according to the estimates. School grade for it is a B at 87. Actually, let me look here and see which Harvest school, high school, because they are, okay, going to attending Sparkman High School. So we've already looked at that earlier on this list. And so that's going to be that. Actually, it's going to be an 88, not an 87. What does it have? It does have a Publix. That is good. It's got a little bit of, but it's okay. It's not going to have a lot. Just spoiler. It's not going to have a lot. It's a bedroom community of Huntsville. You're going to be spending a lot of time. I don't even know what those dots are doing. You're going to be spending a lot of time for going to Huntsville for your shopping, for your dining, all of that. It does. So big contrast to Decatur. Yeah, it doesn't have no Kroger, no Walmart, no Target. A lot of homes though. We had median homes sold above that 500,000 mark, 53, and then new construction was 18. For the 18 new construction homes, the median price point was 539. So night and day difference for this city compared to Decatur. I mean, about similar amount of homes sold in this price range, but almost 4 times the amount of new construction. So you're seeing a lot more developers betting on this city, which is nice to see. It's just a little emergency hospital. So that's your emergency hospital there. Okay. All right, so let's pull up the hospital here, Madison Hospital to Cliff Farm. This is going to be close, but you can see even there, it's like you could be pushing. It's so close looking on the map, but you can be pushing that 45-minute. And this is that bumper to bumper. You're traveling 14 miles in that. You're spending a lot of time in traffic versus it's crazy. Some of these others on the list, you're traveling so much further. And that makes such a psychological difference when you're at least making movement. All right, so now we are getting into the top 5 on the list, and it changes crazy on here. Starting with number 5 on the list, and I was honestly shocked because I was like, wait, what? What does this say? What does it have? Number 5 on the list is Gurley, Alabama. 116 home sales over that 500 price point. Median sales price $732,000, and then for new construction, 57 homes sold was $656,000 for new construction. Something is going up in Gurley. There is something crazy going on here, and I am so confused by it because there is not much at all over here in Gurley. Let's pull up, and again, it's just got to be a difference in lifestyle for me. I'm spoiled. I like having all the city conveniences nearby, multiple options to choose from. Like if I don't want to go to Walmart, I can go to Target, or I have a different option, but not the case over here. So coming over here from this aerospace firm over in Huntsville, we are seeing about 45 minutes of a drive out here. And what is there to do out here? Well, they've got a rec center. That looks nice. They've got a rec center, but a lot of these homes that are selling are over in this McMullen Cove area, and it is basically brought up by a lot of very expensive houses. Hence why, when you look at that story of the median is so much higher. Actually, the highest on anyone else on this list. So that's really interesting. You're seeing a lot of dollars here, and it's a bedroom community. You've got the Robert Trent Jones Golf Course, Hampton Cove right over here nearby. You're doing your little Piggly Wigglies or Dollar General, so you're not having a lot of the appeal here is not the shopping and convenience. You're coming over here into Huntsville for that. You're coming home, it's a bedroom community, or you're coming over here to this area. They've just had a lot of new construction sales. So this is just that getting away from the hub of the city to these areas. And you're okay with commuting for or with traveling for your shopping, for your dining, all of that. Just a lot of very expensive homes. You got again the Montesino Park there, which is nice. But yeah, it's less this part of Gurley and more this part over here, and this starts to kind of bleed into that Owens Cross Roads. See here, so this area is just kind of it's a hot spot, that southeast Huntsville. And the zip codes for here goes over to Gurley. I don't have much else to say about it. The schools, let me see where. It's a really small population, like 833 people. So it's unincorporated. It's, Gurley, Alabama High School. It's gonna be Madison County High School. Let me pull that up. '89. We're gonna have to do another vlog tour out here because I am seeing something very interesting. A huge hubbub of new construction, still relatively close to Huntsville, but it's got to be a different lifestyle appeal here that people are going for, and it's not the city convenience lifestyle, but it is close by, and there's a lot going in, a lot of new construction areas. So all the channel, we'll try and get you inside, maybe some home tours in this area, give you an idea, vlog tour, home tours, show you more, exploring this area, because I was shocked that this city made it this high on the list. A lot of people are choosing to live here. All right, number 4 on this list. And we have done extensive vlog tours and home tours in this area here recently, Athens, Alabama. All right, let's go to the hospital. Huntsville Hospital. Do something a little different this time. Helps if you spell it right. It'll be a little bit further on this side of Huntsville. Now, Athens, Athens is big, it's sprawling. If you see some of the vlog tours, you can see just how big when we talk about or mapped breakdowns. So when we did a 30-mile radius of Huntsville, a lot of Athens got cut out. So for sales above that 500, it's 150 home sales, $615,000 median price point. For new construction, 78 with a $622,000 average price point. So a lot of new builders in the Athens area, very heavy on new construction. It's great to see all that growth. And it does have a few things. It's got a nice downtown area. It's got a library. You've got the Walmart, Lowe's, Chick-fil-A. It has a Publix. It's got an Aldi's. I think it actually has 2 Publix around that corridor. Cracker Barrel. Its schools for Athens City Schools ranks at an 88 or a B. Population-wise, about 33,000. So still small population, but it's not girly small, like 900 people. It's going to be, and it's got a lot of options. No movie theater, which was surprising. So you're going to Madison or Decatur for your movie theater, or most likely it's going to be Madison, Huntsville. They've got bigger movie theaters there. TJ Maxx, Ross. So you got TJ Maxx, Ross, Applebee's, local breweries. So way more dining options over here, especially compared to some of the other cities on this list. Okay, I've never seen the app. I probably just didn't pay attention. Yeah, all the way up there. Okay, just did not pay attention to it. Logan's. Oh, yeah. So Athens is growing. It's this corridor right here, this 72 Limestone County, Madison, Athens. This quarter is definitely developing a lot. You're seeing a lot more business coming along here. And so Huntsville bleeds to Madison, bleeds to Athens. Though you are looking at longer commute times. Where we did the Huntsville Hospital. And that departing, yeah, about an hour to an hour 15. 72 can get so backed up that it just recommends you go above or below, which is crazy. Yeah, here we go. Like we switched this to a different like Tuesday, and they're like, no, just give up on 72. Go this way. But a lot of new build. Have some more options there, and still a small town feel. We've pretty much covered everything there on Athens. Next up on this list, number 3 on the list, we've got Owens Cross Roads. We did a driving tour of here a few years ago, and I was shocked by how little there was. Again, being used to the Decatur, Athens, Madison, Huntsville area, I have become accustomed to a full gamut of all these options when it comes to retail chains, food, dining, all that, and Owens Cross Roads does not have that, but it's really high on this list, so let's break this down. So say you're going from Raytheon over to Owens Cross Roads. You are looking at 20 miles, about 45 minutes or so, 50, 55 minutes. Over here to the city center, Owens Cross Roads had 210 home sales above that 500,000 price point. 610,000 was the median of that, and new construction was 55 at 599. So it's actually interesting. It drops less new construction this price point than Athens that sold. I find that rather interesting. But Owens Cross Roads does not have very much. You are going to be going into the over the hill, over the mountain hill area, and you're going to be going probably to like the Jones Valley Shopping Center for your quick convenience. As far as the city itself goes, it's got let's see what it's got. There's like a Lowe's over in this area. Yeah, you can just see on the map. It's not fair. There's a Burger King. Okay. Here we go. all the way up here in Big Cove. Walmart there. So yeah, like over in this area, as you're coming down from Huntsville, you've got your Walmarts, Lowe's, Culver's, Arby's, Dutch Brothers, Chick-fil-A, a little bit of option shopping here on the drive home, on the drive in, but not a whole lot. You've got this nature preserve here, the Blevins Gap, Madison County Nature Trail, which is a very pretty one. You are not far from Huntsville, and so this is basically a bedroom community of Huntsville where you've got this terrain, this mountain here, hill, whatever you want to call it. You're not going to be far from like this John Hunt Park, massive recreation center they built over here. They keep expanding over in Huntsville. So yeah, you're like half an hour from that, 15 miles. But you are going to have to go over that mountain a lot. A couple different ways to get around it. So this is great if you don't. There's your Joan Valley Shopping Center right over there. So just depending on which 20 miles away. So this is basically just bedroom community right outside of Huntsville, where you do have some views with the mountains. Again, we did a driving tour of there a few years back, and doesn't look like there's been a whole lot of new businesses that have come to the area since. You're still doing a lot of your, still bedroom community of Huntsville. You're doing a lot of your shopping, your dining over in the Huntsville area. Couple of quick options over here in the Big Cove. Some things nearby is convenient, but population-wise, like 3,100, 3,200 people. So very small, very, very rural, which could be the exact thing that you're looking for. Just wanting to get just outside of the city epicenter. For schools, it's got a B at an 87. Let me see again. All right, so for Owens Cross Roads, it looks like New Hope High School is going to be the main high school because they do not have their own high school. It's just a small town, and yeah, they're scoring well in that 90s. So yeah, a lot of people. Owens Cross Roads is a very popular area. A lot of builders building out there. And then you're going to be using Huntsville for all of your conveniences, and a lot of people are going to be working over there. All right, so going to number 2 on this list, we have Madison, Alabama, and going back to NASA Marshall Space Flight Center, you can see even leaving at 5 in the afternoon, this is going to be the closest. It's right adjacent to Huntsville. A lot of growth in the area. You're near the airport as well. Oh, come on. The screen going crazy. So even in that rush hour, you look at maybe about half an hour, 20 minutes. Which is, that's the other way. Let's flip the order. There we go. Even then, didn't change it that much. Half an hour with some traffic. Madison has a lot of very small lot sizes. Okay, so if you are looking for low maintenance, this is great. If you're looking for, you don't want any neighbors nearby, this is not going to be the best fit. But one of Madison's hallmarks, when we go over to the school system here. Oh, come on. Madison. It's the difference between Madison County and Madison City Schools. So 95 here. Again, do your own research when it comes to this, but it ranks very high on this 100-point score. With only, Hartselle, I think, early on this list. So it ranked to 96, but really close there. So that's going to be a lot of people find the Madison City Schools very desirable. Do your own research on it. You've got, next to Huntsville, you've got so many of the shopping convenience, especially with it being right there next to Huntsville. But you've got the Toyota Field, where the Trash Panda Stadium is. You've got the airport right there. You've got, it's Madison, Huntsville, Madison, that little hyphenated. It's hard to keep these two cities separate, but there is a difference between them. But you're going to have a whole bunch of shopping options. Like wholesale clubs, Costco's. Yeah, there's your Toyota Field for entertainment. Movie theaters, like it does not have a Whole Foods. After that, it's got pretty much everything else you're going to want. Tons of dining, tons of shopping, right there adjacent to Huntsville. Pop over to the Mid-City area. There's Bridge Street right next to it. And then you go right over here. Yeah, there's your Costco, your Home Depot. I was like, where am I on the map? Got myself confused. Kroger, Costco, Home Depot. You keep zooming in and just more and more options. Hospital there. Academy. That's a good little ice cream shop. So city convenience, short commute to Huntsville. Did we even get into? We didn't even get into the sales here. 516 home sales, 608,000 for the median. New construction was 196. The highest by the number of new construction on this list. So much new construction, this price point here in Madison. And so you have a lot of options. It is going to be more expensive because of that. Property taxes are going to be higher. You got a little Dublin park, little park here. But it's great if you are like go to work, come home, stay home, that kind of thing. And then you have all this convenience right nearby. It's a very, very popular area. And then, population-wise, Madison is going to be the second highest for the area at about 68,000 people. So a good, 10,000 people or so greater than Decatur, second only to Huntsville. And that leads us naturally into number one on this list, Huntsville, Alabama. It's the biggest city metro in this entire list, 233,000 people, 233, 234 by the census estimates. School ratings, a B, 88 for Huntsville City Schools. It's going to be the closest, well, depending on which part of it, but it's going to be the closest to Redstone. I mean, it's right there. Redstone's within Huntsville. Sales in this price point, 577 total sales above 500,000. The median is 636. 152 of them being new construction at 648. So not quite as much new construction as Madison, but second to it. And it's going to have everything for this area. It's not going to have everything when you get into bigger cities, such as, cross comparison of it to Nashville or to Atlanta. We don't have a lot of luxury brand stores, really high price point, fancy malls. Like we were over in Charlotte, North Carolina, and you're not going to bump into a Louis Vuitton and a Nordstrom mega mall over in Huntsville. They do have a Lego store though, so that's a win over at the Bridge Street. But for what it is, it's going to have everything else that you want. Multiple locations of pretty much all of these, like multiple Targets, Walmarts, Lowe's, Home Depots, so many options. So many options when you get here. Not mega city, but that's not what this area is. You know that if you're moving here. 2 theaters here in the area. So, all right. So yeah, Huntsville, biggest one on the list, most convenient for commutes and all of that. Most shopping, dining, 2 movie theaters. It blows all these other cities out of the water, and the population difference makes so much sense. But there is something for everyone in all these cities. Again, you just tell us what you're looking for. We can help place you, help pinpoint that. But if you got this far in the video, then you're seriously considering this area. Go check out, let's hit the brakes a little bit. Go check out this video, 7 reasons not to move to Huntsville. Okay, because I know you're going to love that one next. Catch you on the next one.